It's 9 in the morning and your makeup looks incredible. By 11, your foundation has disappeared into your pores, your blush is completely gone, and you just had a hot flash that took your under eye concealer with it. Since earning my makeup certification at the ripe old age of 52, I have spent the last several years making it my mission to uncover the products and the techniques that actually work on mature skin against hot flashes. If you are a woman over 50 with dry skin, this video was built specifically for you. So stay through to the end. There is a brand new setting spray that I want to tell you about, and a product that most people have never heard of that is going to change your whole summer. Here's the thing that nobody says out loud, right? Almost every melt-proof makeup video on YouTube was written for oily skin. The core mistake is not the wrong product. It is too much product and the wrong sequence. We are covering everything today: skin prep, color correcting the actual flush, foundation technique, the powder truth for mature skin, eyes, cheeks, lips, and the 2-spray setting strategy, and the secret weapon that makes everything you own waterproof. I will give you also a touch-up kit at the end that you can build for under $30. So stay with me, we are getting to it. So why your makeup melts during a hot flash is not the same reason that it melts on just a normal, regular hot day. So on a hot day, you're sweating, right? Your sweat breaks down formulas and things start to shift. When a hot flash hits, your blood vessels near the surface of your skin start to dilate and release heat. So that is the flush that you feel creeping up your neck and across your cheeks. And at the exact same time, your sweat glands kick into overdrive. So what you're dealing with is sudden redness, moisture, and elevated skin temperature all at once with zero warning. And all that elevated skin temperature does not just make you sweaty, it actually softens your foundation's grip on your skin while it is getting wet. So most videos only solve one problem. So what we're going to do today is solve for both, and we're going to do it for dry skin. Your skin needs hydration to hold makeup properly, because without it, your foundation just sits on dry patches, grips into fine lines, and looks worse by noon. The rule for us is not less hydration, it's lighter hydration. So don't cleanse in the morning if you've cleansed the night before. And this may sound counterintuitive, but for dry, mature skin, it's best to rinse with warm water in the morning. Then a milky toner, it's going to hydrate and it's going to leave a nice lightweight residue that helps your primer and your foundation grip instead of creating a slippery layer. I'm currently using the Tier Ceramic Milk Ampule. And another really nice one is the Innisfree Green Tea Ceramide Barrier Essence. Both do the same job. After that, SPF 30 or higher, non-negotiable. And here is what I want to push back on with another piece of common advice. Don't automatically reach for a mattifying SPF in summer just because it's hot. On dry, mature skin, a mattifying formula is going to emphasize every line within a couple of hours. Choose a hydrating formula that wears well under makeup. 2 picks that I love for this, and one that I'm using lately, the Dalma Waterful Fresh Sun Cushion. This one is SPF 50+. It's a cushion format with 52% hydrating essence built in. It is brightening, it is anti-wrinkle, no white cast, and the cushion format also makes it easy, believe it or not, to reapply it over makeup midday without disturbing your base. So this is the step that separates this video from every other summer makeup tutorial for keeping your makeup on. Now pay attention here, because this is what makes everything perform better. So when a hot flash hits, you flush, you know this. That flush is redness. And if you try to cover redness with a foundation that has a pink or neutral undertone, you're going to be fighting it, not solving it. So we need to neutralize your skin first. So green sits exactly opposite red on the color wheel. And you knew I was going to drag this out. So a green tinted primer or corrector applied before your foundation cancels that flush at the source. You don't need much, very sheer, targeted application, the cheeks, the forehead, after your SPF, and that's it. The specific product I recommend for hot flash redness is the Daniel Sandler Anti-Redness Foundation Primer. It is explicitly formulated for menopause flushing. It works, and when you choose your foundation to go on top, look for something that's got a slight yellow undertone because yellow-based formulas stay more forgiving when your skin heats up midday. Primer earns its place in a hot flash routine as the bonding layer between your skin prep and your makeup, but two mistakes will ruin it. Number one, using too much, and number two, putting it everywhere. What I would recommend is just one pump, maybe two. Emulsify it in your fingertips or on the back of your hand first to break it down before it even touches your face, and then press it only where your makeup tends to move, above the lip, maybe your nose, the T-zone. You don't need it over your entire face. So now up next is the foundation application technique that is the single biggest reason your base disappears by noon. It's not about the product you're using. The technique is more important than the product. You can make any foundation you already own last significantly longer if you do this one thing differently. So dispense your foundation onto the back of your hand. I actually do it in the palm of my hand because it's warmer. And then you're going to press blend it into the bristles of your brush right there. You're not pumping it directly on your face. Then I want you to just press it in. I want you to watch my brush. Do you see how it's kind of bending as I'm applying? Even though I've already got a full face of makeup. But that is the amount of force that makes foundation bond to your skin instead of sitting on top and waiting for it to just slide. You're not swiping, you're not buffing, you're pressing it in. Thin layers starting at the center of your face and then work your way out. You can skip your hairline and your jawline entirely because the more products that you have at the edges, the more it settles into fine lines. So after your foundation goes on, spritz a light layer of setting spray. You're going to think I'm crazy, but after you spritz your face with the setting spray, I want you to take a dry sponge and I want you to press it into your skin. This technique has been around in the pro world for years, and Danessa Myricks actually built it directly into the instructions for her Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Spray. So it is officially not crazy anymore. Pressing the spray into your skin instead of letting it air dry on top is what actually binds your base to your skin rather than just sitting over it. Mattifying sprays can make you feel tight mid-routine on dry skin, so save those for the final seal if you feel like you have to use them. Under the eyes, less product, always. Pre-blend your concealer into a small fluffy brush on your hand before it touches your face, because that cuts the product thickness in half before you've even applied anything. Press lightly under the eye, blend upward toward the hair, because a thin wash of color is what you're going for, not full coverage at this point. Now, here is the tip I mentioned at the top of the video that nobody is giving to dry skin viewers. You do not have to switch to any sort of heavy or waterproof concealer to get longevity under the eyes. I want you to take your favorite concealer, the one that feels the most comfortable for you and does not crease, and I want you to take a teeny tiny drop of Makeup Forever's Aqua Seal. I mean, literally one little drop. And then what I will typically do either with the back of my brush or with a spatula, I will mix it together and then I will go in and go underneath my eyes. That one drop of the Aqua Seal transforms your comfortable favorite concealer into a waterproof formula. And this works in foundation too. Same principle. One drop mixed in before you apply. We are going to come back to this Aqua Seal and the lips because it works the exact same way there, and it's going to solve a problem that some of you may have had for years. So if you've ever watched a melt proof makeup video and heard the advice to bake, packing loose powder under your eyes and letting it sit for 10 minutes before dusting off, hear me on this. That technique is not for us. Baking is designed for oily skin. On dry, mature skin, all that powder is going to do is sit in the fine lines and magnify everything. So the rule for mature skin is that powder goes only where genuinely needed, not all over. So after your foundation is set, I want you to take a small amount of loose translucent powder and just dust it all over your sculpting zone. So for example, your jaw, your cheekbones, the bridge of your nose. Just press lightly. You don't need a lot. And then once you're done with that, before you go any further, go ahead and take that setting spray that we used earlier and lightly mist it just like you did after we did the foundation. So now you can actually go in and you can apply your cream bronzer or blush directly over that powder layer, because what you just did is you gave that cream product something to grip, and you still get the dewy finish from the cream. So you're not having to choose between finish and longevity. You're going to get both. So if you love a creamy moisturizing lipstick, but you know it slides off by lunch, you do not have to switch to a matte liquid formula. So you would take a small amount of your lipstick on a spatula, 1 drop of the Aqua Seal, you're going to mix it up, and then you're going to press that into your lips, and it's going to make it waterproof and transfer proof. And this is the answer for every woman who has been told to just wear a matte lip and absolutely hates it. So now most people use one setting spray at the end of their routine and call it done. Professional melt-proof makeup uses 2 sprays doing 2 completely different jobs. So the first spray that we did earlier is your binder, right? Its job is to melt all your product layers into one unified film and bond them onto your skin. And this is what makes your makeup look like skin instead of like makeup. So you can use it mid-routine after your foundation. And remember, when you spray, hold the bottle at an angle above you, about 8 to 10 inches from your face, and really make sure you're just dousing it. The second spray is your sealer. This is your shield. It creates the invisible film between your makeup and everything that the day is gonna throw at it. But it's not necessarily for everyday use. I would save it for high heat, high hot flash risk days, like if you're gonna be outdoors for a wedding or an event. You apply it after your binder spray has fully dried. So now the Kryolan fixing spray is a pro standard for this step. And if you have dry skin and you have been avoiding this because you heard it feels tight or that it contains alcohol, stay with me for just a moment. But the alcohol in a sealing spray like this is doing a very specific job, right? It helps the product set fast and create that protective film. And once it's dry, it's gone. So I did not know this until I started researching for this video and writing this script, but Laura Geller just released what is currently the only setting spray on the market formulated specifically for hot flashes. It has an 18-hour wear claim. It has 4.8 stars. 98% of testers said that their makeup looked fresh all day. And she designed it specifically for mature skin, and you can use it both as your binder and your final seal. So I'll have it linked in the description, but I think you might want to get this before everyone else figures out that it exists. So now you've done everything right with your base and your makeup, and here is how you protect it when a hot flash hits while you're out. So you're going to have 4 things in your bag. You're going to want a cooling mist, which goes on the first second you feel a hot flash coming, because it's going to lower your skin temperature, which is actually going to stop the damage before it starts. Blotting papers. Press against your skin. Don't rub or swipe, because rubbing is going to drag your makeup off, right? So patting it absorbs the moisture and leaves your base intact. And many blotting papers actually have a light powder built into them that will refresh your base at the same time. And then a mini setting spray, 1 to 2 mists over your makeup after blotting is going to relock everything without adding any product on top. And a travel size of your anti-redness primer for the days when the flush winds around. You can just do a small touch of green corrector before you touch up anything else, and it will calm down that redness immediately. And just remember, you just want to press, right? That's the only thing you need for touch-up. Don't ever rub, just press each and every time. So tell me in the comments which tip you found most valuable. I do read every single one, and I love hearing what actually works for you. So quick recap. Green color corrector before your foundation, a slightly more yellow undertone on top to help combat when that redness might peek through. Press stipple your foundation in thin layers, powder only where you absolutely need it or skip it, and use the spray sandwich. Aqua Seal for your concealer, your foundation, wherever you want to use it, and also your lipstick so you keep your comfortable products without losing the longevity. 2 sprays to finish, binder first, sealer second. Your makeup has been failing in summer, not because you need more product, but just because the sequence might have been wrong or you didn't have exactly the right tools. So as always, I want to thank you for spending your time with me today, and I will see you in the next video with more tea, tips, and tools for your pro aging power moves.